I actually am not immersed enough in the drama to know what it is.
No,
I guarantee you there's something in there, though. Oh, boy, bet it's juicy, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, though.
Yeah, I've been seeing the Twitter sphere it has been kind of bubbling up tonight after
our
first game. So
well, that was the map. That was match number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say anything.
Go investigate.
If you're watching right now, we're gonna call spoiler alerts. So please give us the free karma. That's usually what people complain, like, oh, I don't want any spoilers in my games. They took our spoilers. Let's go with that. So there's Habana and Capitao as the first 2 bans. Rogue will go for the last one. They banned out the Habana, as you saw. Mira will be the first one, and on Bank, it might be seeing the Maestro. No, it's the Echo. All right, fair enough. Very standard bans. I think this is as standard as it can get nowadays, especially on Bank.
Yeah, it's either Echo or Maestro. Either one's going to be fine. Really just depends on where you plan on going. Or what preference, actually. Nothing else. So, moving on. It's going to be the Echo, and now we go down to, or up to, CEO. Wow, okay. Surprise, surprise, Rogue. Okay. They're looking to assert dominance early on. And they're going to take CEO with some ACOGs there on Doc and Maestro, and probably Kaid as well. All makes sense. Smoke actually going to be 6-picked. So, yeah, the reason that the Smoke is getting 6-picked is because Smoke has got a shotgun and an SMG. You can bring his primary SMG, have more ammunition, but the SMG-11, not great on those long-range fights. And there's a lot of long-range fights here. Most people will bring the shotgun when given the option. So instead, just bring a different operator. I mean, the Mozzie is so powerful this day and age. Why not him? So here we go. Mozzie brought out instead of the Smoke. You keep the Smoke in there. You 6-pick him to dissuade your enemy of the, oh, they're going to CEO. Just keep him away from that thought process. Don't give him any hints. Bring the Mozzie in the 6-pick. Smart. Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. So we do have a Montaigne being brought by 2Faced, and they were expecting to attack onto the basement in all likelihood. They got Montaigne, they got a Thermite, but a Montaigne can be made useful when attacking the top floor as well. So this is not crazy upset in terms of operator selection for 2Faced.
So how is this Monty gonna be used?
It's a big question.
They're gonna probably drive it from the front lobby and go up the stairs and push from there,
or they could just come in from the square skylight and open up the walls. I mean, they got the Thermite for it.
That's true.
I mean, either way is fine. Montaigne's a kind of a universally useful operator, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just sits there and stares at you menacingly. So,
and he's a big old lovable drone.
Yes. So,
looks like they're going for the main lobby that you suggested. They're actually Montaigne droning instead of pushing in.
That's what he usually does.
But usually with his face. But he's not doing it with his face just yet. He's got the drone still. Patience here from 2F. And there's actually nobody contesting this right now on the side of Rogue.
Everybody coming up, and this bulletproof camera will be taken away here close to the Kanto spot. It's on the roll. And you'll see the Monty coming up. So now grenades can be lobbed. So Butters can set up his nade to kill the Valkyrie in the back. You see utility being thrown into the elevator. The Valk has not been forced back. There's the grenade. It'll be thrown in, and no, she's not there.
Oh, well, she's there. She did not hit.
And there's the other one as well. Eclipse is still alive, barely holding on for dear life. You want to bounce the grenade around. Now you have to watch for him. So that's something that 2Faced will have to keep in the back of their heads as the round progresses. Now, Monty, you talked about just having this big old drone in front. Well, Kratos going to find Brian. That's the support that you have, the Overwatch, provided from across the map on the lobby.
Good pick there from Kratos to start things off. Butters still wary of the Valkyrie, of Eclipse inside of the elevator. Downstairs, Slash is droned out just barely. And he could be a pick for the attack if they time this right.
Crazy, though, will be felled by Vertical. So you slow down, you get the Mozzie for just a second, but you can't get the refrag. And he's going to come up the staircase and fire into Sosa. He'll be shot in the back, but actually he's alive. Pre-fires into the staircase. So we get to the 43-second marker here. 3 players left alive for Rogue, and Monty staring menacingly. 3 players that are available to actually shoot for 2Faced. With Rogue, I'm not sure if they rotated. Oh, the player's back! Butters! Beautiful shot on the Vertical, and will they be able to kill Kenny in this one? Oh, a bit of damage done, and that's easily firing off into Butters, taking him out, but Sosa with the refrag on easily There's a shield coming up next to you. The site is completely open, and it's all reinforced, so now they play against you, and Slash will have to rotate around. He's got a Nitro Cell, huge here for him to use. With 3 players left, I'm going to watch every single angle. Dream will go for the plant. This can block the Nitro Cell. If it's used, then Sosa will find him. Great plays here. I believe a 3K for Sosa in the round. G36 is still in play. And there's the first round for 2Faced.
I've known a Sosa before in the past, but I've not known a Filthy Sosa, and I believe he goes by Filthy.
He's Filthy, but saying Sosa is so much nicer. We'll call him Filthy.
Well, it's in his name.
It's the first round.
Yeah.
It's the first round.
It's in his name, to be fair. So, yeah. But, yeah, first round going to 2Faced. Start things off. The Montaigne worked out great for them on that top floor. Looks like they're not going to bring Montaigne this time because it's Filthy who's going to be going for the 6th pick. And I don't imagine he's going to go on to Montaigne after that performance he had in the first round with Ash. I'll bring the IQ there. Much more useful, I would say.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
But it was CEO again. Wow, Rogue sticking to their guns here. Rogue are known to stick to the site that they prefer. And I guess 2Faced expects that, because they've changed their lineup, and I believe this is probably a lineup that's more catered towards the basement, actually, now that I think about it. Because they brought the Maverick here, where in the past they didn't bring a Maverick.
Nope.
What that means is 2Faced expected a CEO defense to start.
They played the Monty.
Specifically for CEO.
And then even if it was downstairs in the basement, it would have still been an effective operator to bring.
Still useful.
But in this case, like, you know what? We played the Monty. Rogue are going to adapt. That's why they bring the Legion in this case. But 2Faced are not playing around. They're going to go for something completely different. And this is going to blindside Rogue because they have nothing to stop those walls from being breached by the Thermite. It all works so well.
Well, it could do. It depends on what 2Faced decide to actually do with their operators. I agree with you. If it ends up being a square take, then 2Faced are going to have a happy time. But they're setting up on the main lobby again. I guess they're really confident in their ability to just win the heads-up fights. That's fair enough. Fair enough. They did win those engagements time and time again. Mostly Filthy Sosa, but still enough to win the round. We'll see if 2Faced can do that again. Now they are set up well for it. I'll start droning in, looking for those defenders, seeing what they can find. Setting up flank drones in the elevator hallway. Filthy Sosa coming in here with the IQ gadget. That's going to be a nade to get rid of the bulletproof camera on Banana. That's the Kanto bulletproof camera. Kind of coined that one. Bulletproof cameras first came out, he started using that.
Rogue was actually one of the teams that relied so heavily on bulletproof cameras when they were introduced into the game. You'd see them regularly running 2, even 3 at times on Coastline, a strong map for them in the past. There's smokes being used right off the back of Butters. There's going to be pressure, forcing utility to be used, and there's still pressure coming in from 2Faced from the main lobby. So you'd expect them to maybe rotate around. Oh no, easily right into Butters' welcoming L85. And that's a free pick. Utility's already been used, and all the smoke is useless now.
We'll talk about unnecessary peaks there. The nade from Butter is going to go out into the elevator, and this time it'll connect, but the third kill won't. Brian, just recently back onto this team, he's going to pick up Butters, and it looks like he's doing even more damage as he's downed Filthy Sosa, who will have to be picked up by Crazy.
Crazy coming on up here in the Thermite. He's not going to be needed. This assault will go the same style as their very first round. So went on the same site. So it's odd to see when you have all the utility there present to breach from the initial side of the map. But this actually bypasses all the goo mines. It bypasses so much that has been set in utility for Rogue. And there's still a man advantage here for 2Faced, even though the IQ is so low on HP. Crazy will take damage from the goo mine, but Cleaver is supporting from far behind, and Dream is putting pressure onto Windows, checking into Janitor. Nobody spotted just yet. Crazy's just led on in. Be a trade here as Filthy will find a 1, a Vertical with a 2nd here as there's Vertical with one more. Dream getting the kill on vertical, the retake. So 1v1, the Legion is so far away. We'll have to rotate in. This should be enough time for Dream to get the plant down. Oh, it's tagged. Slash will have to turn around, but it's perfect timing. Dream's already far back. He's pretty much indestructible here, but Slash, the experience, 20 HP left. And that's all it takes as he shuts down 2Faced Dream, literally. And the diffuser will be disabled. Great goo mine there, just to be sure.
Is he really dead?
Yep, and that's a 1-to-1 Rogue with a retake that theoretically should not have happened, looking at how things were in the final 40 or so seconds in the round. But that's the experience of Rogue, and they're calm under fire. That helps them through it.
Yeah, talking about experience, you saw that charm that Slash is rocking there. That's the first Invitational Pro charm.
Yep.
He's really been around the block.
There's very rare players that actually have that, and some EU players, you'll see them running that. Chaos also run that. Speaking of Chaos, actually, since we're here, Shate is signed now officially on Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
So
there you go.
That's cool. We'll see how they work out in our next season. But yeah, that aside, how does this go? I am very excited to see how this game goes, because if it's anything like our first matchup, at least for our first map on Coastline, it got very, very, very tight. And I won't say the score, but it was just close. But here we go.
So, expecting another close match here. And we'll go to the basement for the first time from Rogue. That was a nice clutch there from Slash, but it came really close to being actually a win for 2Faced. Could you imagine if that Maverick had moved into a different room instead of trying to play behind the couch? Oh boy, it would have been difficult for Slash to win that fight. And the constant marking from whatever source of information, likely a Valkyrie cam, was big there in the first round. But whatever it is, whatever it was, Rogue going toe-to-toe with 2Faced early on. Slash going for an outside cam to replace the default cam. He's been detected, so it'll be kind of obvious that there's a camera outside. And I'm sure the attackers will shoot it if necessary. But that's the thing. When you shoot a camera at the garage entrance, what you do is tell the defenders, hey, I'm going to push garage. So as long as the camera is still up, they don't expect the push.
Which means, no matter what, the camera's actually giving you information. So
it's a useful camera, even if you miss it, or even if you throw it on the floor. It's a useful camera.
That's why you've seen a lot of success with operators like Nook to go through all of that, specifically on Bank, specifically when it comes to assaulting garage. So maybe something that we can see in the future. For now, though, 2Faced are taking their sweet time. They are not really pressured on the top floor. And so they'll be pushing yet again with the Monty here. Dream, it's Filthy right behind them. And they spot the Valkyrie. She comes on up, and there's the brief fire. Filthy at the perfect moment, catching Slash off.
Nice kill there from Filthy Sosa. And as Slash is gone, there's the Valkyrie cam also eliminated.
How you know they're there?
The Montaigne, okay, so this was actually the basement lineup, by the way, from 2Faced. When they brought the Montaigne, they wanted to attack downstairs. But they've not brought the Maverick, which means it's going to be hard for them to get everything that they want in terms of the drop-downs. So it looks like actually 2Faced are just going for a pure and simple West take. Open up the drop-downs by the main lobby, pushing through the garage, and try to brute force their way into the site. That's dangerous. And it's going to get punished by Easily as he wins a long angle fight against Filthy Sosa. Not a lot of people have been winning fights against Filthy so far through this match, but we're only 2 rounds in.
Oh, great shot from Brian. Flicking onto Butters as he pushes back. Just a moment, and puts himself closer to those elevators. Nobody there just yet anymore, as the smoke has retreated back into the gold vault. And Thurman has pushed himself ever so closer down the bottom of these back white stairs. Just 3v4, big advantage for the defense, and on a site like this, one-man advantage is actually huge. The MPs are being used here to destroy Maestro cameras, but in the meantime, Dream is just being used as a massive distraction. As you'll see, Creator will come on in, and he'll find the kill. Brian taken away. I love this from Creator, just being so calm, but he's going to get dropped on the floor. There's the Maestro taken away. Crazy, trying to turn around a fight. There's one player on the floor, and it's Dream. Around 30 or so HP, pulling out the P9 to fight. You can hold on with that shield, but Roman tactics have been outdated for a couple thousand years now, and that's Rogue to collect the round.
2 in a row for Rogue. The shield play not working out. The strategy there from 2Faced not working out. It's an interesting idea. It just, well, it didn't work. Yeah, whenever we see stuff like that, whenever we see the whole, like, oh, they're going to do something new, they're going to do something crazy, like that strategy from 2Faced. It's not new, of course. It's just different. And it's always the case that, yeah, okay, that's neat, and it worked, or that's neat, and it didn't work. I mean, there's a reason why these types of strategies are not in meta, is kind of the point I'm trying to get to. Usually they don't work, and they didn't this time. Nice try from 2Faced, though. I like the idea. I like the idea, as I so often like to say. Moving on. We're going to Teller's Archives now for Rogue. They've won top floor, bottom floor. Gotta go somewhere else now.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Okay, let's see how this goes here for Rogue. I like their setup initially. There's a bit of a rotation. This allows you to kind of fight the feet of the attackers coming into the A site. There's a castle as well in play, so Easily is actually going to use 2 of his barricades upstairs, and there's a third one that was also used on the top floor, so I really want to check where that last armor panel went. But otherwise, pretty standard setup with a rotation hole through the front of Archives here by the desk. Double reinforcements on the wall, hatches open as well to drop into Gold Vault. Everything's set up for easy and flexible rotations from Rogue. They even have a rotation into small office here, close to open area. And Easily will be sitting on the site in case of a rush. Won't be coming anytime soon. Can't really tell where that last barricade is. I don't know if it was right next to those windows at the top of, we'll call it Kanto spot at this point. But here we are. Butters will drone in and make sure that he keeps tabs on any players on the top floor, and there are indeed 2 that are waiting for him. Thatcher checking the training office. There's nobody there. Halted by the barbed wire, so you have control of 90. You can keep an eye on that, literally. And Creators is going to come on in. He's waiting for info from his own teammates. And the Nitro from below. Slash hits as Dream is taking a bit of damage. Beautiful entry here, and Butters though with a refrag on Brian, taking down the smoke, but Easily has dropped off, and he fights against the entry here on the lobby. There's Vertical with another one at the top of Spiral as he finds Dream, and it's Filthy that has to enter with Crazy. Following suit a bit further back, a 2v3 here as Filthy will get a headshot on Vertical and take down the Doc. A big advantage still for Rogue with 1 player. Even though you don't have Nitro Cell left on the pulse, you still found the kill, and you're still alive. So you can get a lot of information back. And if you can keep tabs on 1 player, that's half the manpower. So you always know where it's coming from.
The problem is for 2Faced now is that they're trying to attack in through the main lobby, where Rogue still have those positions that they set up in the prep phase to deny this Teller's push from off-site. Easily is even still on-site in an anchored position using his castle barricade. So this is very winnable for Rogue, despite the amount of access that 2Faced have just gathered for themselves. Oh, Filthy's about to get a kill here, and there it is. Easily hoping that he's not spotted is wrong, and Crazy through the wall gets slashed. I mean, he is just eclipsed now. A 3 versus 2 suddenly made a 1 versus 2, and the favor shifting. Rogue now in a tricky spot. Eclipse has got to play this to perfection. Luckily, he's got those evil eyes to give information on the dead people on his team, spectating through them. But the rush from Filthy's in, and the headshot as well. And 2Faced takes another round. We go to 2-2.
Very well done there by Filthy, recovering the round as Rogue had a huge entries. Beautiful Nitro Cell with the pulse early on. But they split oh so far and exposed were Rogue. They had the Maestro cameras, they had everything to give them info and callouts, but it was just a bit too fast, and You had the Maestro left. You didn't have anybody also watching on the staircase. I'm not sure if that's where the Thermite was able to get a kill, but it happened, and the round fell apart for Rogue. At a 2-2, they'll switch to a Vigil, the 6th pick off of the Legion, and the Jackal will be set in. It's like 2Faced know exactly what's going on.
They're reading this really well.
They are reading it so well. Massive game of chess here, as we'll be seeing CEO brought out again. Once lost by Rogue, won the second time, and a clutch 1v1 play.
By Slash.
Yep.
It was close. It was close. And 2Faced are bringing, like you said, the right operator lineup. They're reading this really well. The IQ is the big help here. Is they've got the Valkyrie camps. IQ is going to have to do double work here, though, because the one time that Slash managed to win it was because of either an Evil Eye or a Valkyrie cam being constant spotting the last attacker. And if it be the case that it was an Evil Eye, then yeah, okay, that's not necessarily IQ's fault. But if it was a Valkyrie cam, oof, that's rough. Got to do your job. So we'll see if that'll happen here in this round. 2Faced really leaning a lot on Filthy Sosa. He's been putting a whole load of effort so far, just fragging out. I mean, when you put a player on Ashe, he's gotta frag. That's kind of the name of the game. That's why that operator exists for the most part, I guess. And yeah, he's been doing it.
Definitely living up to the expectations, I guess.
Yeah. So it's a main lobby attack again from 2Faced. This is the only way they like to attack the top floor, it seems. They're just cautiously creeping their way in through ATMs into the main lobby. There's at least 3 of them here. And no one's challenging them. Standard stuff, though. I mean, taking a fight in main lobby is hard to do as a defender. You're at the disadvantage because the attackers have that range. Butter's going to be getting rid of the barbed wire. You can see the creature's trying to, or Creator's trying to cover. Butters with the pre-fire on the expected angle, knowing that there's somebody who plays inside of meeting, holding the main lobby stairs. That's where he died last time, to that player on that angle. He's got to be wary. Creator's just trying to cover for the rush, and the nade comes out to cover his own rush onto the balcony, though. Good teamwork there between Creators and Butters to allow control of Banana.
So now Sosa, or Filthy in this case, is watching. They're unsure if there's somebody inside of the elevator, and there indeed is no one right now. So a drone can confirm that information. Creators will dive down for just a moment. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to scan someone, but Slash will find Filthy. So that's something here, as the Vigil was not taken care of this entire round. Meister in the back here, Brian taking no damage, as Butters will just spray through the walls. See a bulletproof camera as well to ferry on information to Rogue, so they can recognize where 2Faced are moving, even though you see a lot of crawling here on the side of the hallway. Now, Creators has to be afraid of a Vigil passing from the bottom floor in the lobby. It happens, and you can get shot pretty easily through those windows. You see him rotating back up the main stairs. The Maestro spotted and taken away. There's one right around the corner, but it's easily to win the gunfight. Low on HP, but still manpower. Oh, coming in from the flank easily, beautifully played, and the Vigil now will collapse on the site. Dream coming in from the back. This actually might be a huge help as Slash is eliminated. Creator's still alive here. He gets shot from Janitor. He knows that something's up through there. Diffuser will start to be set. And Dream is watching. Turns around, one shot, but Vertical with denied a diffuser. There's still 2 left, and this is pretty much done and dusted. 2Faced gets shot from the side as the AQ runs into Janitor. And that was the kill. That was oh so necessary for Rogue as to secure the round.
If you're Rogue, too darn close. If you're 2Faced, valiant effort, but not enough. And wow, that flick at the end there from Dream. Almost thought he had it in him to clutch it out in the last 3 seconds there. But not the case. All right, so that was a really tense round of exchanges from Banana to the site, and the deep play, the deep roam, the off-site presence from Rogue going unanswered is really what did in 2Faced, because they knew they couldn't push in as much as they wanted to. And yeah, Rogue held them up because they had that off-site presence. They had those players playing so far back that they cannot be touched by the push from 2Faced. The thing that really gets to me is that 2Faced had opportunities there to actually make that plan happen, but they didn't know it because they weren't gathering enough information using their drones. Then, at the point where they could have gone for the plant, opportunity lost. The real reason why they didn't commit fully is because they were wary of Easley in the meeting hall. Easley was denying the plant for the whole round, pretty much. And then he also managed to get 2 kills after his cover was blown. And I feel like if more effort had been placed from 2Faced on picking off that player and meeting that being Easley, we might have seen a very different result there. But they didn't, like I said, they didn't drone enough to actually gather the information to get rid of that one player who was preventing their plan. The opportunity was there, it just wasn't seized upon by 2Faced. Anyway, moving on. Rogue now going to a basement defense.
Well, regardless if this ends up in a 3-3 at the half, it'll be a pretty good start here for both teams, really.
I'd say that'd be a win for 2Faced.
Yeah, I have to say to some extent as well. Especially since there has been a lot of focus from Rogue on that top floor in CEO. It's a fairly flexible site as well, the way that they've planned it out. Once lost, once one clutched, and then the second time they played it, it got carried, but it was completely fine at the end as Rogue recovered, and they had a hold on Jenner the entire time. I know that 2Faced are trying to play the lobby take onto CEO quite consistently, but I don't know if the play is to constantly keep doing it. But that's beside the point. Now, Skylight Hatch should be opened up in just a bit. There's only one Heart Breacher in play here. Remind you, the Habana is off. There's no Maverick being brought, which is an oddity. But because you have to open one of those hatches, I assume that was the one in the small office and open area. It means that you're going to have to use the Thermite here for the entry. And the reason why you're not going to see the Maverick is because the Monty is brought. Well, remind you one thing, though, is that the Monty will only block incoming explosive damage for himself and not for anybody behind him. So he doesn't cover other people for anything outside of bullets. A quick nitro cell is going to blow you up behind him.
You could bounce the C4, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
Now, the Evil Eye is positioned very well here, and you could see that he was juggling there, so the EMP is not going to get that Evil Eye, but the nade can. The nades are gone, though, as Butters is eliminated by Slash, which means that Evil Eye will persist. Ash is going to have to rotate over and use one of her gadgets on that Evil Eye, but I don't think that's likely to happen given her current position. Filthy's doing his best here, but it's a really tight angle. He might be able to get this, but look at the time, guys. 30 seconds left. That could have gotten the Evil Eye, but there's also layers and layers.
It is.
And yes, it did. There's layers and layers of denial here. There's the smokes from Brian. There's the C4 from Slash. And there's potentially also a C4. Well, there's obviously a C4 from Eclipse, too. So there's not enough time to get past these two C4s to juggle this. And here comes the C4 number 1. There goes Dream. He was on low HP because of the gas canisters. C4 number 2 is about to come out from Crazy, or not from Crazy, rather from Eclipse, and there it is. The denial's in, and there's no way the attack can win, but they stick on. Creatures trying, or Creators, sorry, trying. It's not going to happen. Rogue will lock it out.
All right, fair enough.
I'm going to keep making that mistake with Creator's name, aren't I? It's because I used to know a player named Creatures, so it's rough.
Creator so far is trying his best to create an opening for the team. Unfortunately, at a 4-2, Rogue is sitting pretty. When it comes to their defensive half, now they switch over to the attack. And we'll be attacking lockers and CCTV again. So we'll get to see how 2Faced run this one. And it seems like it's going to be in a very similar way. You're not going to see the Valkyrie. You're going to see the Mute instead. And no, actually, there we go. That's the Valkyrie. So same setup. There's an Ash 6-pick to an Ash, as the Nook was not selected at the end, but there's a Valkyrie. So maybe having the Nook would have been nice here, but it's okay. There's still two lineups that work very well, defense and offense. And Rogue, instead of bringing the Monty, which is what 2Faced were doing quite consistently, well, you're going to be seeing the Thermite in combination with the Maverick. So double hard breach gives you more flexibility. It allows you to take down 2 hatches, 1 in Skylight usually is the case. The second one will be in the open area office, and then the third, if not completely open, because it really depends on how you manage your gas canisters on the Maverick, you can at least open up some big holes to, you know, throw down some utility grenades, maybe some flashbangs down into the red hallway, and that will slow down the defense as they try to set up against you with nitro cells, as is the case here with 2Faced. So everything starts to kind of get into your mind right now as you're listening to how we're describing this and how the setup usually is and how you deal with it when it comes to what Rogue are bringing to the table.
Well, they're going to be clearing into ATMs to start things off. Then to main lobby. So far, we haven't seen a standard take onto the bottom floor go very well, but then again, we only saw 2 attack wins in the first round from 2Faced, and 1 on top floor, 1 on tellers. So it's been solid for the defense on the bottom floor. 2Faced have brought a, well, about as standard as it gets in terms of operator selection for the bottom floor. Everything looking pretty good. They've got the Jaeger, which is kind of a foregone. You have to have a Jaeger in this day and age. He's the only operator that catches those nades directly and deliberately. There's the Maestro for the denial, Smoke for the denial, Pulse for the denial, Valkyrie for the denial, all of them for the denial, on the plant and default spot. Rogue currently are focused on opening up the drop downs, which is standard fare when it comes to attacking the basement of Bank. Drop downs open, then you can start applying pressure to the site directly using those drop downs. Since there's no actual vertical destruction apart from that, it's pretty much the only way that you're going to be affecting this site. But there's plenty of those drop downs, so lots of chances to do that. Rogue aren't sure if the stairs are clear because they haven't droned it. They're just going to face check. That is risky play, but they're trying to be time efficient, which is why they did that. Brian's going to open up both walls in all likelihood. As you can see, the other one was marked there by Slash. And then once both the server walls are opened up, Rogue will have their access point to hit into the site. But there's still plenty of denial from 2Faced, and Rogue needs to start bleeding that away by either A, picking off players using, well, by killing them, or B, faking plants and waiting for the C4 or gas canister to come out and then dodging it.
Well, a lot of angles have been opened up. Oh, I love this Valkyrie camera. Set right in the nook. And once they hold on to this, Nitro Cell will be used. Oh, shot in midair! Oh, beautiful! We are from Slash easily actually doing the work there. Nitro Cell expended, but it's too little too late. Vertical will find Filthy. And there's Vertical for another one, but Butters will refrag and take down Eclipse. Creator will have to come on in. He's got that Maestro with the Hollow on the Alda. He's got to face so many angles literally on the other side. He doesn't really know where to be looking for, and Vertical is watching for rotations by the staircase. What are you doing all the way up? Brian will find Creators. You know, it's Butters and Crazy the last 2 alive. Butters will come back down, and Brian will take down Crazy. Butters, where are you going?
Absolutely beautiful job there from Slashug. MVP of the round there, that's for sure. Slash shot a gas canister midair and then followed it up with the C4 right after. The C4s are they're easy to shoot midair. I mean, let's be honest. But it was through a Maverick hole. And the gas canisters are not easy to shoot midair. That is impressive. Great job to Slash. You got to have some kind of counter to the sheer quantity of utility the defense has to deny that plant. And Slashug, he really hits his shots. He hit his shots on those moving objects midair, and he was the counter. Good job to him. Through Maverick holes, too. Oof.
So many of them that have been used, and it's not the same as using bullet holes or punch holes like for the defense. It's a lot more complicated to kind of deal with.
Because you got those reinforcements still on the sides.
Exactly. So your angle is not as open as you'd like it to be. I liken it to where when you put a mirror window on a wall, you still have kind of the wood around the side that blocks a lot of your line of sight on your edges and on the top and bottom. So you need to kind of destroy them, but in that case, you really can't. So you know, good effort given what was available, and it was excellently played. That's why we talked about the Maverick in the first half. It's a great operator to have, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. 2Faced, you're trying, but it's that experience and cool that Rogue are bringing to the table that is really winning them these rounds. I mean, they're
calm under pressure.
This is a team, again, that has a ton of experience, and maybe this is the only time we'll ever see them at the bottom in relegations in North America ever, but it is definitely the first time we see it so far, and everybody goes in a slump. Maybe this is the time for them to gel back. Maybe Brian was the answer.
That's true. Brian is a very recent addition here. He's been on this roster before.
Oh, yes.
Way back. But, well, here he is again. If you're wondering, Shuttle is the player not playing right now for Rogue. Now, we'll see how that continues to work for Rogue. I'm sure there's going to be some growing pains, but for now, they do seem to be growing. There's progress being made here. Ooh, good spot from Slash. And his drone is not detected, which means he can continue to gather that information. And that if Rogue wants to, they can actually push into Garage now with a pre-fire. Now, they're currently attempting to clear out the server. They're opening up the drop-downs. Everything's just very standard here from Rogue. They're going to open up this drop above server, which is going to force the player on the stairs to either stay there and die eventually, but delay for time, or fall back. And he's gonna choose to delay, stay, and probably die. It's risky.
Yeah.
But last time 2Faced abandoned servers, and it didn't work.
And the reason why he can do that is because there's still a player in server as well to support him. There's nobody coming in from sewers. That's usually the way to try to push that Jaeger off of the position currently, but because he also has an ADS, that's a beautiful camera. It's out in the open, but because there's a light right next to it, it covers everything. There's 2 kills for Dream, and he keeps it alive, so low on HP. And somehow, with 1 shot whiffed, he still wins out the gunfights. And that's 3 left here for Rogue, as they have to relax for a second. There you go. That's easily getting the kill. Still, the Jaeger is downstairs. Is there a way to spot him? The drones should be coming in just a moment. Stun grenade is thrown in to burn off the ADSs. There we go. 1 more flashbang coming in, and it does not flash Brian. It flashes the Jaeger. Perfectly done here, and Filthy will be dropped off. Well done coordination between Brian and Easily. Extra holes will be opened up as we saw before. This is pretty much the trap card that Rogue are employing, but because there's no grenades, no impacts to use against the shield, it's going to be able to give a lot of information. Oh, Easily! What a headshot on a Crazy! They're trying to fire into him as the Pulse will find him from the second hole, but the diffuser's already been set. It's a 2v2 now, with Easily down on the floor. You can watch, you can give out info, and Vertical is holding on to one of the 2 rotation positions, and now the hatches are open. Your time is up, and if you want to go for this, you're going to have to fight the impossible gunfights up the hatch. Butters gets the extra kill here. Just 1 padding the stats. Oh, he actually finds 1 more. Brian will be taken out. Butters, he's got a little more time left, but Vertical is watching. There should be a drone here to give out information. Butters will fire on in and continue to hold on to the diffuser as Vertical drops down and clears it. There's barely any time there, so you either stick it or you die. And a captain always goes down with a ship. There you go. That is Rogue collecting 1 more round as we head into round 9. It's Rogue 6-2.
Match point, map point. So good job there to Rogue. Of course, as you can see on your screen, this is Rogue's map pick, so they are expected to win here. Next map going to be Consulate, which is the map that we saw 2Faced pick. The decider, of course, will be Coastline, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Rogue have been playing really well so far on Bank. They've been actually doing extremely well. I especially like the way that they attacked the basement, because you could see that, yes, they lost a lot of manpower when taking server. They lost a lot of time when taking server, but they have a setup that doesn't require an abundance of either when going for the site take. And that is unusual, fascinating, and impressive for Rogue. So good job to them. They deserved those wins on the basement. 2Faced made the mistake of going to basement twice when they didn't have any answer to what Rogue were putting out on the actual site take. They thought the answer was the server hold. It was not. I thought the answer was the server hold halfway through that last round when 2Faced put themselves up in that manpower by holding onto the server stairs.
10 seconds
And
left.
yet, still, it was not. Well done to Rogue. Truly, they earned that round. We'll go to CEO for what could be the last round in this map number 1.
Use a bomb.
We'll see if 2Faced got it in them to keep us on this map.
Rogue are looking to clean this one up. I don't remember if this was Rogue's pick.
It's Rogue's pick.
Yes, so there you go. They're looking pretty comfortable on it. And I'm glad that there's no Cafe Dostoevsky right now in this BO3, as Rogue have been known to do very well on it.
Oh, yeah.
Historically, online and offline, they're pretty darn good on Cafe.
Yeah.
But here they are now in bank and doing work. I love the play here. Bring in the Nomad easily. We'll be able to stop any rotation play, any aggressive plays that opponents are setting up to do for. And we're going to go maybe for a similar take on lobby.
And just like that, as if by magic, easily has denied the rotation from all of the 3 lower lanes.
It's free now.
So that means that Rogue can push into the main lobby, up to Banana, and attack the site without worrying about anyone coming from behind because of those air jabs. That's the usefulness of Nomad. So powerful. Now, Eclipse droning his way up the main lobby stairs. Vertical going to be the entry here. Don't necessarily need the Thatcher that much, I guess, but he's going to try and use his EMPs before he dies to get those Legion traps or anything that he can, really. Dangerous to put him at the front, for sure, but hey, it's got to be somebody.
Now, if you're not going to be needed for the assault on the opposite end of the map, then this is completely fine. He's going to go up, and there's the Maestro camera spotted. EMP will be thrown out, and this should be the shot to finish it off. Yes, there you go.
There it is. Very tight shot there.
Denying information just in case you want to have control over that hallway. And if anything, you can just turn on the Maestro camera and spot your opponents coming up here. Speaking of Maestro, there's Butters. He's going to spray. He'll do a bit of damage here, hitting the shoulder of Vertical and the Nitro from below. You might have denied rotations, but you did not deny C4s. And there's Brian with the refrag on the Filthy. Beautifully done. Eclipse finding the headshot, though, of Creators. And that was the entryway. That's the one that opens up the site for you. And Slash will be providing a lot of overwatch here from the eastern wall. The windows.
Bomb located by attackers.
Rogue now with a decided man advantage and great control by Reception and Banana. Crazy's going to punish easily there, so that's a really important kill, as Easily, I believe, was trying to come from behind. That's the flank dealt with. Clips, though, will eliminate Butters. Finds himself a little exposed, and Slash from Repel gets Crazy, meaning it's just Dream in a 1v3, and he can't make it happen. Eclipse shuts him down. Rogue take map number 1, and we go to Consulate.
Consulate, indeed. You're going to need visas for Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, if they make it to finals.
American teams probably don't, unless we go to China one day.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Do Americans need visas for Brazil? I don't think they needed. They did.
Did they?
They did. I think there's like a reciprocity.
Yeah, I think so.